7th annual Broome County Chess Championship began today in Binghamton. The tournament usually includes 8 to 15 participants from around the area, and this year 3 local chess experts are participating. Those interested in playing don't have to qualify for the tournament, but it is necessary for players to belong to the U.S. Chess Federation. People of all ages were welcome to come and take part in the event.
You don't have to be the greatest player in the world. You don't have to be the worst player. Anyone can play. That's the good thing about chess. It's a great sport where you can be 8 years old and new and 80 years old and played for your whole life, and you can still play each other. It's pretty cool.
Aside from the championships, 8 to 10 chess tournaments are held every year in the Southern Tier. The final day of the championship tournament is next.
Filled the room at Cordisco's Chess Center in Binghamton as 8 people went against each other at this year's 7th annual Broome County Chess Championship Francis Cordisco Memorial. Young and experienced chess players battled it out on the board in a series of games organized by the U.S. Chess Federation. The prize, $500 and bragging rights. Chess coordinator John Cordisco says that this game is really for anyone.
It's one of those games where an 8-year-old can play an 80-year-old. And it's happened before, where the 8-year-old actually wins. It's one of those sports that your age doesn't really matter, just your mental ability.
The final to the championship will be held tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Cordisco's Chess Center.
Hi folks, John Cordisco here. This is something I very rarely show on my YouTube channel. It's a game that I played in the 7th annual Broome County Chess Championship 2016. Broome County is in upstate New York in Binghamton. Those of you not familiar, if you know where Syracuse is in the center of upstate, if you go directly south just above the Pennsylvania border, that's where Binghamton is in Broome County. This is an interesting game for me. I'm white and my opponent is Tanner McNamara from Vestal, which is close by here in Binghamton. Now Tanner is almost 600 rating points higher than I am. So I was pretty intimidated. So let's see how I do. It's going to be a 4 nights. All I wanted to do here, I went knight c3. I just wanted to play solid. We're not world-class players. We have a big advantage with white. I just wanted to play solid. Give you an idea, this is game 75 with a 5-second delay. Knight f6. I just went d3. I'm just being solid here. Yeah, it closes in a late squared bishop. Who cares? I just wanted to get developed. h6. Go back here. Computer wants a bishop b5 just to get the bishop out, but h6. I went bishop b2. He went d5. I had pawn takes, knight takes, queen takes. I'm thinking, okay, I'm all right. I'm really solid. We both had the bishop pair. We're getting ready to castle. I castled. He goes bishop e6. Now I thought about this for a while. I almost went c4, and that is the computer's choice. And I almost went bishop e3, which is the other computer's choice. But I wanted to control this square here and this square. So I decided to go c3. And the computer didn't hate it, but I think it's okay. You know, bishop e7. I want queen to c2 is one of the computer moves. I'm kind of proud of that. Castles. And one of the top computer moves as well was rook d1. So I'm okay. I'm getting thoughts of maybe even pawn here. You know, who's to say? Bishop f5, pinning the queen. And I just go to b3 and we trade queens. So, okay, we're on move 13. We're basically even. He's 600 rating points higher than I am. I'm okay. I'm a little crap, but it's not the end of the world. Bishop f6. I went bishop b3. I had thought about b4. Just to stop the knight from getting in, controlling these two squares. But I went bishop b3. He went a6. And I took the computer move, which I'm real proud of. Knight d2. Now, what I wanted to do was have the knight come up here. He played the rook over. I won knight e4. I got a minute advantage here, which I'm really proud of. This is move 16, and this guy's just 100 points short of a master, and I'm holding my own, and I'm pretty proud of that. I'm threatening to take the bishop on f6, screwing up his pawns, plus getting the bishop pair off the board. So he goes bishop b7, and also do another computer move, f4. I like that a lot. The bishop takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Yeah, I have an isolated pawn, but I'm really okay. I'm attacking his c7 pawn. Oh, also, I wanted to mention the videos you're going to see. One's going to be after at the end here. The two, of course, you already saw are from the two TV stations that cover the championship, but the one at the end is just to give you an idea of the area we play in, and I take a little bit of cameras and show you this chess center that I have here in back of my convenience store. Bishop c5, king just comes over to f1. Now the queens are off the board. I want to get the king towards the center if I can. Bishop f6, just to guard the c7 pawn. And again, I have one of the computer moves, and I'm really proud of. Bishop c4 was probably the best move here. But, you know, you get these things, you start fearing a little bit. So I figured, what the heck, I'll go h4. King f8. I'm thinking to myself, okay. Bishop d3, the computer's choice, but I decided to trade. Takes. Takes. Bishop takes. All right, now it's a minor piece ending. And I'm still pretty nervous. But what I noticed around move 24 is he was eating up a lot more time than I was. I wasn't moving fast. He was just taking a little bit longer. He took longer in the opening than I thought he would. When he went to h6 there, he's taking some time. So I went king. He went king up. I went bishop f3. I'm hoping I just go pawn here and have the attack on his knight. Now, if he moves the knight, I get the pawn. So he went knight d8. Now king e2, bishop g3, all those in there. Probably should have went king to e2, bringing my king in, but I decided to go bishop g4. What I'm thinking is try to get behind. He went knight to e6. I move my bishop back. I want to keep the bishop pair. He went knight to c5. That was okay. I sacrificed the pawn. That was fine. This I didn't foresee. He went king to d8. I go, okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm going to lose a pawn, but knight takes. Bishop b1. c6. Now, any little advantage I had, I blew. But I thought I could hold this for sure. I should be able to hold this with a bishop pair. Bishop f5, hitting the knight. Knight comes back to f6. I start bringing the king in. Now, he's kind of cutting off some of the squares for the king, but it's not a big deal. Bishop c7. I bring the king up. Bishop e5. So I'm moving around a little bit. King c7. g4. I'm going to try to keep my king on the king side if I can. Computer's got about 2/3 of a pawn advantage, so I'm thinking I should be okay. b6. I probably should have went g5 or b4. I just moved the bishop back. King d6. c4. What I'm thinking is eventually I'll go pawn and then pawn. a5. Put the kibosh on that in a hurry. So I decided to go g5, pawn takes, knight d7. This is where I mess up. We're on move 39. His time is starting to get low. I maybe have 10, 11 minutes left. He's probably down at 3 or 4. And this is where I make a huge mistake. It's the old thing, as Maurice Ashley, the grandmaster that runs Millionaire Chess, says, it's the most important exchange in chess. The bishop for the knight. I took his knight. I'm getting these delusions of knight coming here, threatening the pawn. You know, just this knight creating havoc in general. In fact, even the computer gave me a question mark. I probably should have went g6. Bishop e3, anything else. Because that way, if I went bishop e3, if he takes, I take, king takes, bishop takes, and I should be okay. But I play bishop takes d7. And as soon as I did it, I knew. Why do we do these things while we're playing? We think of these things, and as soon as we do them, we know it's a mistake. So I've got to suck it up. King takes, king e4. I'm thinking, okay, get a king in there. Maybe you can somehow bail this out. But I'll go through the rest of the game. c5. That extra pawn is going to be the killer. Bishop h6. Bishop takes. There's no way I can draw this. We went a few more moves after this, and I resigned. I was really happy that I held my own for most of the game. And I blew it at the end with bishop takes knight. You know, you get these ghosts. Now, the weird part is, if I didn't have a clue what this guy's rating was, I probably would have played differently. So, that's the way it goes. I'm pretty proud of the game that I held my own for a long time against a player that was 600 rating points higher than I was. But anyway, that's my round 2 game in the 7th Annual Broome County Championship Francis Cordisco Memorial. Look for the video at the end where I show you where we play in my chess center here back in my convenience store in Binghamton. And as I always say, chess is a cruel game. This is an example of it, but also I always say, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
Here's where we play. We played in the Broome County Championship, the 7th Annual. Just give you an idea what it looks like in the back area. Here at my store, Cordisco's Chess Center. Some stuff on the wall here, chess clock. It's pretty cool. A guy made that "I want you to play chess" sign there. Uncle Sam, pretty cool. Got really nice sets, nice wooden boards and pieces. As you can see, pretty cool. We have a setup here. Some of the stuff we sell here, and there's some snacks and some of the trophies we have. And also, if you see here, my Darth Vader. My Darth Vader, if you're seeing his hand there, you can just see it. He's holding a black king, so people think that's pretty cool too. So this is the area we play in for the county championship, to give you an idea. Usually I have more tables set up than this, but right now it's just the 2. And a really nice area, nice and quiet back here, plenty of room. So here's the back of Cordisco's Chess Center.